Let's just talk a little bit about, because we've talked about how the company came to be, how you had a kind of a weird experience with these mail order, sell your gold to us in some bizarre place, and it's not face to face. And a lot of people, especially now with gold, Charlie, when you started the company, you talked earlier, gold was worth about, well, you said about $300 an ounce, and then you watched it grow to 600 and went, whoa, okay. Now it's worth $1,000 more than that an ounce. It's up around $1,600 an ounce. An amazing climb in value over such a short period of time.
Yeah, it's the last 10 years have just been kind of unprecedented for what's happened with gold price. It was sitting around $300 an ounce for a couple, like from the 1980s till about 2000.
Right.
We started the business kind of after that climb started because that's when it suddenly really became worthwhile to dig through your old gold. But now that it's kind of continued on that same trend for the last couple of years, it's now at $1,600 an ounce roughly,
Mm-hmm.
5 or 6 times what it was when or when a lot of people would have bought their gold.
And I think, Greg, that causes people to think about selling gold more so. When you know it's $1,600 an ounce on the open market, maybe I'm sitting on something that may actually have some real. I've got to do this cleaning. I'm either going to throw this stuff out, or maybe I should go have it appraised, because at $1,600 an ounce, it's worth my time and effort. But you get quite a colorful group of people coming in with gold. So let's talk about what sort of gold you accept, because all I've talked about so far is rings and jewelry pieces, and I have a feeling that only represents a small portion of your business.
Yeah, it does vary quite a bit. I mean, we're seeing people basically that are bringing items in that they don't really have any want or need for anymore. And with the price of gold so high, the threshold for what is worthwhile hanging on to and what's not is a little bit lower. I mean, if you've got something that's been sitting there for 10 years and you don't think that you'll be wearing it again for another 10 years, then really at $1,600 an ounce, it's probably a pretty good time to cash it in and use that money for something else.
Well, what if it's kind of ugly and old and I would never have worn the darn thing in the first place, but it was a gift, so what the heck?
No, we actually, to be perfectly honest, we see a lot of ugly old jewelry, and that's fine. I mean, that's what we're in business to do is something that is broken or worn out, in terms of pure gold content, isn't worth any less than a perfectly brand new piece of jewelry.
Right.
So that's the type of stuff we'd actually prefer to see. We don't want people to be selling something that's really nice and brand new and that they might want to otherwise keep.
Right.
Because the gold content in an item is going to be that only represents one part of the value of it, obviously.
Charlie, accuse me of being old and creepy if you will, but I gotta ask you this. What about gold teeth? Do you buy teeth, and do people bring teeth to your store?
Oh yeah,
they used to be really popular, back a generation or four before me. It was a very acceptable kind of thing to do, have a shiny gold tooth.
And even the gold teeth so first of all, to answer your question, we see a lot of gold teeth. It's almost a perfect example of what we buy. It's something that has really no use to you to keep,
right.
And this is the perfect time to cash it in.
Okay, all right.
And by the way, this is a tooth that's already been taken out of your mouth.
Right.
We don't offer dental services in the store.
No extraction services provided at Vancouver Gold. Good to know.
Yeah. And the gold teeth we buy, they're not necessarily gold color always. We do buy the white gold ones. They usually have a little bit less gold content in them, but we buy it all basically.
So it sounds, but judging by the expression on your face, it just does. It sounds like it's fairly commonplace then.
It is, absolutely. Yeah, every day we'll see.
Yeah.
Of course, gold is up and down. It's a roller coaster ride.
Yeah.
And if you're a gold person and that's your retirement, it can be a stressful holding unless you've got lots and lots of it. But in terms of the consumer, if you have this written estimate describing all of your submissions, and then that gives you a pretty powerful weapon. If you are comparison shopping, Greg, as you say a lot of people do, you can take that estimate from Vancouver Gold and run it by a couple of competitors, and chances are you're not going to get that thorough a comparable return quote, are you?
Yeah, well, certainly the other gold buyers in town, they don't have the same type of testing equipment that we have.
And that's what
we
it's
have,
all about,
yeah,
right?
we have the capability to measure down to the thousandth of a percentile on our X-ray machine. We've got density machines. Our buyers are very highly trained in the art of testing gold.